Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go Hunt, the podcast where we talk hunting until a tangent derails us into deciding which butter is best. Tonight we have Mike Gonzalez up for Hoblin for Goblin, Dave Packard, Seamster, Sam Alexander, the artist formerly known among the living, and back with you having done seemingly everything besides hunting, I'm Vince H. Tonight, special guest, the return of the Fish Squeezer.
Except he hasn't returned yet. He'll be here in a minute, but he will return.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I think we gave him we sent him the link via Telegram.
14 links.
It's Pony Express where he lives. That's the only method of communication is Pony Express and the internet.
It was Morse code day the other day.
And like
these are all
that one didn't work. Send it back. Confirm.
So y'all want to know what it sounds like if I get kicked in the neck by a mule?
We seem to have a feedback issue, guys. Sam, can you work on that feedback issue?
No.
There it is again. Anyway.
That's the joke
Sam,
you came up with.
¿Qué pasó?
That's the joke you came up with?
I am not ideal at jokes currently.
Montana
Man,
Dirt
you
Roads.
sound like a towel.
Sam's background currently is what was happening during our technical difficulties last week. Shit was thrown.
Yeah, we're lucky the camera actually is pointing at him. That just landed that way miraculously. He didn't actually place it there. He threw it in a rage. He was like, "Ah!"
To be fair, I wasn't even supposed to be here.
Sam,
That's why I didn't
behind
bring
the
other
scenes.
camera down.
Let's go hunt close
Yo,
ignition.
Y'all want to get high?
Don't forget to bring a towel.
I can't remember. It all
That one
looks
was
the
right in
same.
front of you.
Hang on. Let me get high.
I'm not going to get high. No, I'm only going to get a little high.
I can't even pitch my voice that high right now. Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
I'm only
Wait, you got
here
the code?
today.
No, that's the beat the funky town. Do 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 do
Hell,
funky town.
I'm only here for a little bit before I got to bail out because if I talk for an hour and a half, I'm going to lose my voice again.
Yeah,
Sam's not here for a
long.
long time. He's here for a good time.
That's
Well,
just
currently he
good
doesn't sound like
business.
he's here for either.
I only need 30 seconds. I don't need a long time.
Whoa.
So, I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was like, "Hey, am I the only one you've slept with?" And she was like, "Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
that's
The
not
others
cool.
were
Are you
Hear
talking
this.
about this?
What the fuck?
She was like, "The others were 8s and 9s."
All right.
I was about to mute your ass.
I was like,
Just
nope.
couldn't
nope,
make it to the
nope,
button
nope.
fast enough.
I like how we all just like
Well, you dickheads ruined the fucking punchline, so that's pretty cool.
Because you led with a terrible.
It was
Well-
a great joke. That is a fantastic joke.
No.
no,
No,
see,
no,
here's
no.
the problem. Here's the problem. We were all completely ready to believe that Mike was just about to just talk about his
I know.
his relations with his wife.
You're supposed to
Publicly.
start that motherfucker. You're supposed to start that joke off with, I asked my ex-girlfriend one time, not your
Mhm.
actual wife.
It's more
That's
believable
fair.
if it's a wife.
No, but
Even if I
coming
wasn't
from
married,
you,
I'd say my wife. 'cause
coming
the joke
from
is
you, I'm
better.
actually waiting to hear for actual like no, stop.
Statistic.
Look, I'm not trying to chalk another item up on Dave's list currently.
Too late.
No.
Yeah. First time I take Mike hunting, I had this one girlfriend who was
Stop
6'1", and she developed a cocaine habit. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Then I had this other girlfriend who was 5'9" and she developed a heroin habit. There's a pattern here.
That's
So
not
speaking of
ideal.
heroin habits,
Yeah, stop
I
it.
guess while I'm here, I'm going to need to talk for a minute, which is I went chasing after beaver on Saturday evening, which may be slightly contributing to how under the weather I am. I took a guy that I'm buddies with up there because he just wanted to see what it was like. And I suck at this. I'll put it that way.
Did you pull
Well,
Mike?
No, well, Mike clear missed, which is better than what I did. I got a hit that was not immediately incapacitating.
Oh, I was
And-
thinking about the whole like impersonating a
Peace officer?
no.
Oh. Sorry, wrong story.
That'll be here in a minute. I was saying impersonating an anchor in your waders.
Oh, no, I did even better. All right, so long story short, because I don't want to. All right, long
Die.
story short, because nobody wants to hear me talk for that much.
Long story short, because you have
You
to.
sound like RFK.
Not one of them.
Tell me about the
I was there
autism.
watching for the beaver. Poor guy. Walked down the creek, got set up on one pond. 2 fucking hippies come down the hill behind us to take pictures. So I was like, all right, fuck, moving on. Let's keep going. So I'm walking. And this is also why I lost my voice, is I spent all Saturday evening talking to this dude when I should have been resting my voice and not freaking talking, which is why I don't want to talk a whole bunch tonight. Got sat in another pond. Big one came up, went back in on us, came up, went back in. Well, we're losing
Yeah, it
daylight.
did.
Let's keep walking. Got on another pond, looked to the left. There's a beaver, 25 yards. I'm supposed to be zeroed at exactly 25 yards. Came up, took the shot. Ugh. I think I hit him just below the eye socket. And but based on the angle, it probably went at too much of a downward angle and missed the brain pan.
Hmm.
Because in his rolling around in the water and me trying to get follow-up shots, Rodin, plug your ears. You're not gonna like this part. I definitely saw one eyeball bulged out.
Woo.
Yeah. So anyway, I think the problem we've been talking about this, and I meant to do a test with some water jugs, total redneck style, yesterday, but I didn't bring the right ammo. Those damn VMAX rounds, I think, hit the water. And then with how fat and thick and rubbery a beaver is, I don't think the follow-up shots ever actually managed to get anywhere like fatal / incapacitating. 'Cause that's the other mistake I made. I didn't check what was behind my target, and I shot somebody. Kidding. There was an abandoned bank den back there. And so I didn't check that to check the proximity from the beaver to that abandoned bank den. And I'm 99% sure he got a little burst of like adrenaline halfway and then zipped on up in there. Because I stripped down to my skivvies and boots and waded through that water for 45 minutes looking for his ass.
Yeah, now we know why you sound sexy, because you got in that water and you basically had sex with that water.
Well, the leeches tried to have sex with me, but I was I'm not in for that kind of thing.
Ugh.
I only got one, and it came out of my boot. I was going in there scraping rocks out and pulled out my hand and was wiping the crap off my pants. It's like there's this little thing stuck to my finger. It's not coming off. I was like, oh, it's a leech.
Don't like that.
Fish booger.
Speaking of fish boogers,
Speaking of
loading.
leeches,
damn it, it's loading.
Leech-
That would have been a great segue. Spinning.
Leave it to
Buffeting.
Leave it to be.
There
He
he
is.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
hero, brother.
Hello.
what
Hi.
up?
what did I do?
What didn't you do?
Okay.
please
Well,
do.
with the arrival of the fish squeezer, I'm gonna bow out so I don't kill my throat for the night.
That's
Go have a
Hi,
hot
Jeff. Hi,
toddy.
Jeff.
Hey, Sam. Bye, Sam. Sam,
Alright.
I am.
Somebody text me when this shit show's ending.
as
Just
long as
watch
I'm
on
happy.
Rumble.
I'm
We're gonna have a
to
12-hour episode. This is gonna be nothing but Sam's.
I'm gonna have to jump in the Prado and drive up to Sam's house and go push the end button in 3 hours.
3 hours? How about a week?
I can also push the end button.
Can you?
I have this power.
That is very handy.
I have powder. Watch. Just-
I disapprove.
Boop. Oh, there he is.
But why? Why must
What have you been
boot?
up to, Jeff?
Have not a whole lot, but took some kids out this past weekend for a youth turkey hunt.
Yes, tell us about that. Well, before we do tell us about that, if you don't know who this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my brother, the fish squeezer, Jeff Gonsalves. He does work for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, but he is not here to represent them. He's here to talk to us about turkeys.
Oh,
So
that's
let's make
his
that
last
clear.
name.
Yeah, fully docs.
He's got the same name as me.
Unfortunately.
There it is.
Yeah, that was great that we all have that joke on each other, especially when I met that game warden out in Burlington, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Jeff's brother," and he goes, "Oh, that sucks." So yeah, tell us about the youth turkey hunt.
So, out in my district, every year we have I host a hunt via our hunter outreach program in CPW, and really cool program if you're trying to get into hunting, if you're a novice hunter, male or female of adult age, or you're a kid and you're trying to get into hunting. It's a great program that we host for these kids or novices, and this time it was kids. And we went out into my district where I have a good population of birds, and we basically put them up for the weekend in wall tents, feed them, and use our expertise knowledge to help them get birds.
Nice.
Are these the birds that don't get pardoned by the president?
I don't know if they're pardoned or not, but they are not pardoned by me.
That's fair.
Pardon me.
Whoop. To speak on the hunter outreach program, they also have that down here in the district where I am, and I've participated in the morning dove hunt.
Mhm.
And that was, I took my daughter. She went out, had a good time. It was one of the windier days of the fall. I think they clocked like 65-mile-an-hour gusts, which was
Oh, geez.
just fantastic for birds that
Oh, yeah.
fly 90. But no, it was great. There's a whole safety class in the morning portion, and go out, shoot clays. That way everybody gets kind of acclimated to the guns, and then go sit up, shoot some doves.
Yeah. I mean, I should have mentioned it is a statewide program. So
Mhm.
it's all over the state. You know, you can, in this program, you can hunt pheasants, doves, waterfowl, deer, elk, antelope, turkeys. So we're just trying to get people interested in the sport. And it's kind of cool. The kiddo that I had and his mom, they came from a family who do not hunt whatsoever.
Interesting. How did he?
Yeah.
How did he want to end up turkey hunting?
I guess he'd been talking to his mom, and he just really wanted to start turkey hunting, or he wanted to start hunting, and she was looking through hunter outreach stuff on our webpage and found my hunt and applied for it, and I picked him.
Well, you got to start somewhere. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's all
he's got a
free,
great
right?
story to start with.
It is all free. The only thing they had to do was get themselves to Craig and then the hunting location, and we trucked them from there.
It's awesome. That's a great thing, I think.
Mhm.
It really is.
Are they? You say they're free. These are these hunts that don't require licenses?
Right. So with the hunter outreach licenses, we get special licenses through the hunter outreach program that can fall outside of seasons, or in this case, it's a limited turkey unit where you have to draw a license. But for the kids that I select, they are given a license based on the hunter outreach program.
That's awesome.
What makes you select them?
I have kind of a criteria on my own. When I select them, it's we used to do this hunt purely out of our area that wasn't through hunter outreach. So, but we've kind of morphed it into hunter outreach helping us and us helping hunter outreach. And I select based on hunting experience. So if they have never hunted before, that's a pretty good indicator that you're a pretty good candidate. If they have just started getting into hunting, they have a little bit of hunting experience, I take that into account. And it just kind of goes down from there, if you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the dove hunt that they had down here, you did have to have a small game license and register your hip number and everything, but that was it.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
for the special ones, the turkey, the big game, yeah, I totally see how they have special licenses.
Yep.
Nice.
And they do have to have a hunter education certificate. I know we have
Mhm.
the apprentice program with CPW, but we do not accept that for these hunter outreach hunts.
Okay.
They have
a-
to have a hunter education.
It's a good point.
Good thing to
Solid.
know. Yes.
So I saw the picture, but how big was the group that you went up with?
So we took 5 kids, and 4 out of the 5 kids killed birds. And one of the
4 out of
kids
the
had,
5 kids came back.
So they
On
went
time.
out with 4 kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
one of the kids had to go home early because he had some back problems.
That was right.
And he was a little bit disabled. So Vince, yeah, you're the asshole.
It's not me this time.
And just taking shots in the dark.
Pew, pew, pew. Congratulations. Your shot in the dark hit the disabled kid. Way to go, Vince.
Agreed.
Like Big Buck Hunter, like, you
Supposedly.
have shot a doe.
But I was after meat. What do you want from me, big game hunter?
Real quick to backtrack just a touch. When you mentioned the apprentice program, for those that don't know, in Colorado, if you don't have a hunter safety card, you can get an apprentice. It's a certification, right? But you
Yeah.
have to hunt with somebody that has a hunter safety card.
Right. And I believe it is a 1 year only type deal.
Yeah, one and
So you
done.
just can't keep doing it.
Yep. But it's good for the whole year. You just have to hunt with somebody that does have a hunter safety card. So
It's like you
Right.
can't drive on your permit forever. You got to get your license and grow up at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
but you don't have to take any classes or anything like that.
No.
So if you want to go hunt or try, see if you like hunting, like small game or something like that, you could go get an apprentice certificate, find a buddy that hunts, go hunting with them, see if you like it. Then you can jump into the hunter safety program.
Mm-hmm.
Support the sport. Take a buddy hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Support your buddy if he doesn't have a hunter education.
Yeah.
Or if he's disabled.
Vince, I'm not taking you. So
Oh.
So 4 out of 5 killed birds.
yep. It was a great weekend. Either the birds are very dispersed or they were our numbers are down. It just seemed it was a tough weekend. Usually there's just birds everywhere, and we had a tough time finding them. Where you did find them, normally where there'd be 3 or 4 gobblers in an area, you'd find one. And then it's just kind of dependent on if that one wanted to play or not. So it's just it was a tough hunt. We had a great time. The kids were all involved. They helped with camp. It's one of the highlights of my year getting to do this because I love hunting turkeys, and even if I don't get to shoot one, I get to call to them and I get to pass on my knowledge to those kids. And especially with this year with a kid that's never hunted before, he got to kill his first bird, and that was just awesome.
Yeah,
First
that's
thing
very
ever.
cool.
Actually, he killed his first thing ever. Actually,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So he'd never fried ants with a magnifying glass.
I did not ask that question.
I think that should be question number 1.
That's actually a valid point. If you answer yes to this, then no.
Did you start off killing insects and spiders and such for fun? Is Yes or no? There's no correct way to answer this question.
If yes, what's
Do-
wrong with you? If no, what's wrong with you?
Do most of the kids handle it well when they kill something?
They
Like,
do.
especially for the first time, or are they like, oh my god?
We've had, we've had uncontrollable shaking,
Mhm.
which is pretty typical.
Yeah.
We've had kids that have cried after they done it. I mean, but they're still fine with it afterwards.
Mhm.
Most of them take it pretty well. And then, there's some that we always preface it by saying, if you get out there and you have a bead on a bird and you look at us and say you don't want to shoot, that's completely okay.
Yeah.
We put no pressure on these kids to kill a bird other than when you have a turkey at 5 yards and you're whispering, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Okay, shoot it.
Mhm.
It's not any pressure.
No, not at all.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to read how my daughter is going to act when she
Mhm.
kills something. We ran over a rattlesnake the other day before yesterday, and she got all in her feelings. I'm like, it's a rattlesnake.
Is Snick.
It's at our house.
Right.
Fuck
You
that
not only
thing.
stepped on Snick, you rolled over Snick.
His
repeatedly.
insides became outsides. Then he had a little colt in the back. Why's the meat?
Snakes are made of meat too.
Just long, stringy meat.
Sure.
So how did these particular kids do?
I was only with one of them. And the other kids, I mean, they were all just super jazzed. That they got their bird. I don't know in the exact moment how the other three did when they got their bird. But the one I had, his mom was actually not quite sure how he was going to take it. And he just kept saying, yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm going to take it either until I pull the trigger. And we're like, oh, okay.
That's honestly a really fair assessment.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that I turned his mom into a hunter as well.
Nice.
And I asked her at the end of the hunt, are you going to go get your hunter safety? And she's like, yep, absolutely.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, we brought you back for this specific purpose because you love hunting turkey and you also love talking about hunting turkey.
Mhm.
And so we thought we'd bring you back to talk about hunting turkey because as soon as I can walk around without falling down a bunch of times, I'm going to go up into the mountains with a chicken store buddy and we're going to hunt turkeys.
So never.
Is that against policy for you guys?
To eat
Chicken
other
store?
birds.
The big poultry?
What if there was a turkey store? That'd be pretty cool.
I think it's called
Could you
Walmart.
imagine the size of the sandwiches?
Butterball.
Like,
I know.
ah,
Yes. They'd be so good. Or just like
Mike
a
goes to
drumstick on a
pray to
bun.
the giant ugly chicken up the mountain.
oh, then he's going to come up with ostrich fillet.
These are all birds. I'm okay with eating birds.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm okay with eating most types of meat. Most, not all.
What about tube steak?
I know that's your forte. I won't touch it.
Beat me to it.
All right. So when we head up into the mountains, we're going to be, from what I remember last year, we're going to be looking for a spot on the edge of the woods with a clearing, but in a spot that we have cover and they can't see us as well as we can see them, right?
Right. I mean, to be fair, you find turkeys where you find turkeys. Sometimes you find them in the timber. Sometimes you find them in the clearings.
right.
It's really a matter of scouting, finding turkey sign. If you're not seeing turkey sign, then don't hunt there.
Hey, speaking of where you find turkeys, I have a story.
Ooh.
Our turkey season opened about 2 weeks ago, and I got off work and I went to the local park and I went for my run, and I get home and I'm just laying in bed, still got my running stuff on, and right, I'm laying in bed at 7:30, and I hear a gobble. I'm like, oh no! So I run over and I grab my shotgun, and I'm still in my like 3-inch running shorts, and cut off t-shirt, and I'm out there with my little call and my shotgun out in the woods, and I'm actually hiding behind one of my Target backdrops that's just tires filled with sand in my muck boots and my running outfit, and I'm like, this is going to be so cool if I actually manage to get this bird, because I get to make the joke about peak performance and what it looks like, but I could not get that bird to come closer than about 70 yards, and it was all woods back through there, and I'm like calling, and he's gobbling at me, and I'm calling, and he's gobbling back at me. I'm like, come on closer, and he just never closed the distance.
So a couple questions for you to give you some insight. Were you calling? Would he gobble and then you'd call? He'd respond. You'd call. Were you calling to him a lot?
I clucked at him and got him to gobble at me, and then I waited,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't hear anything, see anything, so I clucked again, and I'd get a gobble, but he wouldn't come any closer. Like I wasn't clucking at him after he gobbled. I was trying to like get him to be interested without me sounding like I'm too interested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just keep in mind, in the turkey woods, when you think you're not calling very much, you're probably calling too much. Like, it takes a lot of patience to sit there and just say, I am not calling. Because he was probably expecting that hen to come to him, because what's happening is when you bring a gobbler to you, that's actually unnatural. It's natural for them to have the hens come to them.
Oh.
So you need to make him so frustrated that, she was there, she was talking to me, I got to go find her. So if a lot of times I'll hit one call, and if he gobbles at me, I sit down, shut up, and don't say another thing.
That's good to know. I was thinking that, like, so I did my best impression of a gobble, just, free. I don't have a call, so I just sat there and I'm like, and shook my head, and I didn't scare him off, but also didn't get him to come any closer, because I thought, like, maybe if he thinks there's a hen over here with a tom, like he'll get all ticked off about that and come
It's a
in
good
and
thought.
try and-
I've never tried that tactic.
Didn't scare him off, even though it was a terrible gobble. But then again, I remember the thing you said last time where you've heard like someone coming down the trail, like, man, that guy sounds like that guy is doing a terrible turkey call, and then it turns out to be an actual turkey.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to, give up on your calling. I simply stick to making hen calls and stuff. I'll maybe try to do a fighting purr. It's basically what gobblers make when they're trying to kick the shit out of each other. But that's only worked for me once. I don't usually try it. I usually just try you got him responding, just sit down and shut up and let him get frustrated.
Fighting Purr is now in our show title running.
Nice. I like it.
So go back to somehow we're staying on topic. Go back to turkey sign.
All right.
It's a big yellow diamond with a fucking turkey in the middle.
So if we find that sign in the woods, that's
not CDOT signs, Dave.
Oh, see?
Oh, the
We all have our
turkey's nose
strengths.
cross right there.
I've been watching that spot all day. Haven't seen a single turkey cross right there.
So what you're looking for is if you find a roost tree, that's awesome. They especially like ponderosas to roost. If you're gonna just go out into the turkey woods, it would probably behoove you to go out the night before and drive some national forest roads, and do some locator calls. I talked about that last year, right?
Yeah,
Like-
I'm remembering that now. What time? night?
Right just before sunset,
Okay.
because they usually hit the roost right at about sunset.
All right.
If it's not if they're not in the roost, they actually become more vocal even on the ground right then.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may be silent all day, but as soon as they're about to get up into the roost, they get a little bit more vocal. So they'll start shot gobbling a lot more.
Mhm.
So use your crow calls, coyote calls, whatever you're using for a locator. Just don't use a hen call. Don't use your slate or anything like that. You
Use
just want to.
duck call, like
Sure.
quack at them.
One of my coworkers likes to use his goose call as a locator.
I have that on the string too. Not like I know how to use that any better, but
Sure.
I can make it. About
I mean,
it.
any sort of loud, obnoxious, unnatural sound will get them to gobble. So yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Slamming a car door.
Yeah, I remember that one from last time.
Yeah.
After we talked about that, it was a couple months afterwards. We went down through the canyons, and there's 60 turkeys out here in this field, and it is
Mhm.
right before sunset. They haven't roosted yet, and I'm like, I'm gonna try this. Slam the door. And my wife's like, no way. And I was like, "Watch this." And I slammed it again. Died laughing.
Yeah, they're like I said last year. I'm sure they're the dumbest smart bird in the world.
So if it's going to take some scouting, we can't. I mean, we could just go into the woods with a call and wing it, but it would behoove us to scout the night before. And if there's not gobbling turkeys in the trees making noise, then why would we go hunt there? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, and then if that's the case, maybe if you have a couple of backup spots, go to a backup spot in the morning. Try your locator call before shooting light, and they'll be in the roost then. They come down just after shooting light. And you can maybe pinpoint a gobble then. But one of the best ways just to locate them and seeing where they're at is driving roads, these forest roads, and getting out and doing a shot gobble every, 200 yards or so.
Okay, I can do that. There's places to do that.
And if you get a gobble, I think Onyx has a compass feature, so you can get a location of where you think that gobble came from, drive down the road a bit, and get another. If you hear the gobble again, get another compass bearing, and then intersect those two lines. And where those two that intersection is pretty close to where that gobbler is going to be, and where you should set up in the morning.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's is that an easy to find feature on Onyx?
I have no idea. I haven't looked for it.
Fair enough.
I will look now.
Yes. Okay, so we get up there, we assume we hear some gobbles, we triangulate a spot, we get out there in the morning, and what's next?
Get set up, definitely find a good place where you think he might come to. Just keep in mind that he may not pitch off the roost. He's probably not going to pitch off the roost. Almost a given he's not going to pitch off the roost in the direction you think he's going to do. So it's just a crapshoot. If he comes off the roost with hens and you have him, you're clucking to him, and you're yelping to him, and he's responding, but he's not getting any closer, but every time you do it, he responds, that's a good sign. But it also means you need patience because he's going to come back to you
Okay.
at some point in the morning. Because what happens with turkeys is that they lay one egg a day, the hens do. They lay one egg a day, and they have to leave the gobbler to go lay that egg. And as soon as they leave, he's going to be lonely. And they do that every day until their entire clutch is on the nest. And then when they come off the roost, they have to go incubate their eggs because they don't start incubating their eggs as soon as they lay them because they lay one a day. They incubate them as soon as all of them are laid so that they all hatch at the same time.
Huh.
And once they start incubating, that's a good sign too, because they'll leave it earlier in the morning and that gobbler is going to be alone even earlier. So if he hears you and he's responding to you, just sit still. And that bit me in the ass this weekend. I know it. I know I need to be patient, but when you have a 12-year-old kid who is sitting there building stick forts while you're trying to wait, it gets a little less easy to wait. And of course, as soon as we get back down to the truck after waiting until 9:00, we hear the birds that we were working gobbling from where we were sitting. So,
Of course.
yeah. If you think you have waited long enough, wait 15 more minutes. I'm going to go with my rule of 9:30. That's what I came up with this weekend was 9:30.
Wait until
Wait.
9:30.
Yep, you may be waiting there a while.
You know, half my life was hurry up and wait. I can wait. Can I sit still? No, but I can wait.
Right. Hold on one second. I think a dog needs to be let outside. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, so I had somewhere to go and I lost it. Train wreck. Whee. Yeah. So I'm gonna take chicken store friend up there, and there's a bunch of country roads and stuff around where it's basically same area as beaver hunting. And there's a bunch of roads and stuff. I can go up there in a little bit, or like night before, and cluck at stuff and see if I can get responses. So that'll be hell. I could do that any night and see if there's anything up there.
Don't use a Yelp or a Cluck at night when you're just trying to locate them.
Oh, right. Anything but turkey.
Yeah. Go get a crow call. It's the simplest one you can operate.
Oh, Dixie or Rio.
That's Rio.
I found the compass on Onyx.
Hold on.
And this-
Sorry, I'm going to go.
Oh
yell
yeah,
at
no,
her.
you're good.
No worries.
Gunshot off camera.
But anyway, I found the compass on Onyx, and this thing is fucking cool. I've never played with it, but it's also got like a range finder deal. And from my position to where my long target is tits on.
How does the rangefinder work? Is that just where you draw a line from like here to there, and it tells you how far?
It's got like a little crosshair that you can move around, like adjust your distance.
Yeah.
And your
The
compass,
line distance feature.
yeah, that.
Yeah.
As you turn your phone, your compass moves, and then you can adjust your distance. Like, oh, I see that bush that I see on the satellite. How far is that? And then you put that there. And from where
Oh.
I'm sitting, and my shooting table is like 2 yards to the east of me. It is 630 yards, like tits on, from my shooting table to my far target. And that's what this is also reading, because it's right on a fence line.
So I never saw the compass thing. The tool
Neither did I.
range, the line range doodad. That's a cool feature. I've used that a couple of times before to, like, sometimes when I forget to turn the tracking on when I'm on the lake paddling around to see how far I've paddled, I can at least use the line tracker to estimate it. I could be like, well, I paddled over here, or here. All right, close
Oh, yeah,
enough.
that.
So that's a pretty cool feature. The
Yeah.
compass looks really like, hey, it came from that direction. Cool. Bing. And then do it again. I'm looking forward to trying that. So thanks for that.
Hmm.
So one tactic that I might have talked about last year is if you decide to go what I call trolling for turkeys, you just start walking through the woods, and every 50, 100 yards you call. That's when you should be using your hen call, your Yelp call.
Okay.
Because basically, if you're using that call, you need to be ready to get set up. Like, he may be coming running.
Okay. That's good. So you get a response. Let's say you're in the woods. You get a response. It's coming from that direction. You get down. You get behind cover, behind your tree, and watch and wait.
Right. So you want to be ready to go if you hear him.
Makes total sense.
So that's why when I every time I call while I'm walking through the woods, I make sure that I have a good place to hide and a good shooting lane and everything before I even call.
Smart. Planning it out before you instead of surprising yourself, make a plan. Is very smart.
I mean, I do that most of the time, because you start walking through the woods, everybody gets tired and lazy, and you just start going through the motions, and that's typically when you get surprised by a gobble.
I tried that tactic not this season, but last season, and I think I wandered for like 4 miles, never got a single response. And then I ran into a game warden in September, and he's like, yeah, there's none on that side of the property. You gotta they were all up on the other side. I'm like, cool, that's nice to know.
Perfect. Glad you walked all. That was a nice hike you had.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's just how you find them. I mean, you gotta walk, or so now you have a little bit of knowledge in your database.
Yeah.
I did use that knowledge though to guide my son to a good spot to shoot a deer in October, so it wasn't
Good.
all for naught.
Yeah, that's that deer story from your son. That's such a cool story, man.
Yep. I listened to it. I've actually listened to all of them. I don't know why.
We don't either. You're our loyal viewer.
We don't even listen to all of them.
I used to, when Vince filled in for me when I was sick those couple of times, I went back and listened to them because they're just a hoot to listen to. But I'll be honest, I haven't listened to the ones I was not taking part in recently because I didn't want to. I felt left out.
We definitely didn't say things about you while you
I
were
know
gone.
you absolutely didn't ever talk shit about me in the least. You're good friends and would never do such things.
Not at all. I can vouch
Never.
for that.
Says the guy who's listened to more of the episodes than I've taken part in.
Cool.
So anyway, you get so you're walking through the woods, you're yelping every 50 to 100 yards, and you're listening.
Yep.
And something talks back, then you get set up, you wait for him to come running. You don't get impatient, you don't call, you say I've waited long enough, then you wait 15 more minutes.
Yep. And it is okay, like in the very kind of, I call it like the beginning sequence. If you're talking to him and he's talking back, kind of making sure that he is talking back to you. I'll kind of try to get him fired up and then shut up.
And get him frustrated, leave him
Yep.
wanting more.
Yep. Because he knows that hen is talking to him, and then suddenly she's not.
And what frustrates men more than anything else? When
Left
a woman
on
shows
red.
them attention. Yes.
You buy a girl a drink and she walks away.
Yes. Thanks for the drink. See ya.
And what do?
We've been
You-
dating for 3 years. What the hell?
Sure, all the money you have.
I'm a game warden. That's none.
That's why she walked away.
Look at these pretty lights, though.
Look, they go red and blue. Also, watch what I can do to this Subaru. Look, he got out of my way. All I had to do was flick a switch. Ooh. The power of government.
Anyway, kind of going backwards, you were asking about turkey sign. When you're walking through the woods, obviously you're looking for tracks. They're bird tracks. They have 3 toes. Right?
Right.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a
Oh,
Where are you
question.
going with this?
Yeah, I was like, it.
You can actually tell a difference between a gobbler track and a hen track. In a hen track, all the toes are going to be the same distance or the same length, whereas on a gobbler or a jake, that middle toe is going to be a lot longer than the other 2 toes. So literally, he's giving you the finger as he's walking.
Okay, that makes sense. So don't bother following hen tracks. Well, would it behoove you to follow hen tracks, hoping to find a gobbler, or
I
would you
mean, I
wanna
really
make sure
probably
there's
just it's more like that there's turkeys in the area, that type of thing. I once tried to follow tracks. I found some tracks. I had no idea what I was looking at, if it was a hen or a gobbler, because it was when I first started turkey hunting. And I was going through the snow and I was following these tracks. I'm like, I'm going to sneak up on this turkey, which I think I told you last time. Never sneak up on a turkey. That's not a good idea. But besides the point, I kept following and following and following until finally I came to the edge of a canyon and the track stopped. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Of course, I'm tracking the one animal that can just get up and fly away from me.
Yeah.
Like, where did he go?
these tracks just stopped randomly? I don't understand what has happened here. It's like magic.
It's
like something
the
just-
bird commits suicide.
Makes me think of that nice photo of the freshly fallen snow and the nice bunny tracks hopping through the snow that just abruptly stop.
With wingtips.
Yep.
But if you find tracks, then you need to start looking for. Then you'll start looking for turkey poop, and hen poop. You can actually distinguish between hens and toms again because of the poop. And hen poop is like a little splot that is about that big around, just blop. But a tom or a jake is going to be kind of long and cylindrical or shaped like a J.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's something to do about the shape of their cloaca. I'm not going to go into it. You guys have at it if you will.
It's a cloaca.
Never.
J is for Jeff.
Name's Jeff.
That's a direction I didn't expect it to go. All right, so we're following the tracks, we're following the poops, and we finally get a call. We've talked about what to do there. I want to step on this, especially for like to harp on this for new turkey hunters, which I would be. The beards on a turkey. When you are reading your turkey tag or your turkey brochure, and it says you can take one bearded turkey. I know what it means because I asked you. So tell the people what it means for the new turkey hunters.
Oh, okay. Well, you can see it. There. So a beard is a specialized tuft of feathers that sticks out from their chest. It's just a bunch of wiry feathers that stick out and they form what's called a beard. Let me see if I have a closer up one. There we go. A beard. So it just basically looks like almost like horsehair. that sticks out of their chest. I don't have a Jake one. A Jake one is going to be about that big, as opposed to that. This is a mature Tom. And your by regulations in Colorado, your license is for one bearded turkey. It doesn't say male or female, it says bearded. So I have seen bearded hen turkeys before. They are legal. But you got to make sure it has that beard.
Is there a length requirement on the beard, or just that beard exists?
It has to be visible. So that is visible.
Like you can see this beard from a plain distance when you shoot it.
Right.
That you identified a valid target.
Right.
He looks so proud of his beard too. It's like
It really does.
But he's a Jake.
look at it.
He's like, it's so small. Look at it.
It's like a teenager that's trying to grow a beard.
I had to shave today. All 4 hairs.
Using the same razor for 3 months.
God, I remember those days. Like they were yesterday.
Very recently.
Oh, they
Yes.
were. Anyway. I never was a fan of facial hair, but then it grew on me.
Oh,
So, Dave, do you have any questions?
right there. I don't have any pertaining to turkeys. If
Dave has
I was
many
just trying
questions.
to. I was just trying to go away from the.
look at you keeping us on track. We were just discussing this, that our guest keep our show on track.
This is
More
the most
so than
on
any of
track
us.
show we've
Yeah.
done in weeks.
This is true.
I
I have a turkey related question.
well, since we're on turkeys,
So we've gotten up to like tracking the turkey, and you know we've talked about shooting the turkey. You know, then what do you like? How do you like to cook your turkeys?
My personal favorite is cut them in strips, batter them up, and deep fry them.
Oh, that's like really like it doesn't matter the white meat, dark meat, just fry it up.
Well, the dark meat I typically I'll either turn into soup or just put it in turkey broth. Like I'll take the whole carcass, all the bones, the neck, some of the giblets, the legs and thighs, and the drumsticks and thighs, and brown them up, and then make turkey stock, and then can it.
Nice. All right.
But if you're gonna cook the legs can be very good if you crock pot them for long time, and then because the turkey drumsticks have these weird pin bones or whatever in them, so you need to crock pot it as long as possible so those bones just slip out.
there's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
you get that smoked turkey leg at the Renaissance Fair, and
it ain't the same thing.
You have a bundle of toothpicks.
I've never actually known this. This is
Turkey.
good information.
Have you never eaten a turkey leg,
No.
bro? One, they're delicious.
I mean, I
Two,
like
that's
the dark
true.
meat, but
Lots
it's
of
different
bones.
than like
turkey thigh is where it's at.
Yeah,
I do
but you
like
have to keep in
steak.
mind that a wild bird is going to have considerably less fat, just like all wild game and their counterparts. So it does go dry pretty quick, but it can still be good. But
Do you brine any of your turkeys?
I have never brined them. If I get a turkey this year, I'm thinking about doing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you like to smoke them or fry them?
You're gonna need some big fucking papers to smoke a turkey.
Yeah, they're hard to get lit.
I fucking asked for that one.
Been holding on to that for months.
Well played.
But I haven't smoked a wild turkey before. I don't know. I just like it deep fried into turkey fingers.
When you make your batter, how do you make your batter?
So put a bunch of spices, whatever you want, into the flour. I use mixture, mostly flour, and then I don't know, a little bit of cornstarch to keep it crisp.
Interesting idea. I'd never thought. Yeah. Okay.
And
When you
then
say a little bit, like a or like a spoonful, or
so if you have, say, like 4 cups of flour, like a quarter or a half cup of cornstarch. I haven't really measured it, but
so like 1-4 ratio
sure.
ish.
So if you wanted to do like a beer batter,
Mhm.
you do that, and then you just pour your beer in, and that's your liquid agent in there, and you just run whatever you're gonna fry through that and toss it in. I realize now, like, I thought I was forgetting something because I've been frying stuff recently, like doing the beer batter thing, and yeah, cornstarch. I have been forgetting cornstarch in the mix because I've just been doing like the batter and flour and then my seasonings, and I'm like, what am I forgetting here? There is something, and it's not quite right. It's okay, but it's not quite right. Yeah, I've been forgetting the cornstarch.
Yeah, the last time I tried to beer batter something, I basically made it tasted like beer flavored pancakes on my meat. And it definitely needed the cornstarch for the crunchiness.
Mighty
Yeah.
Definitely
cakey,
doing it
you could
wrong.
say.
Yeah, I definitely, it was not correct. I'm not saying that by any means.
But the typical process that I have is make that batter. I use a dry batter. I'll take the turkey strips and I'll just drop them in the dry batter to get a light coating at 1st.
Mhm.
And then I'll dip them in a mixture of buttermilk and egg,
Mm-hmm.
and then back in the batter to coat them up and then fry them.
Okay.
I don't know how beer battered turkey would go. I like beer battered fish, but I don't know about beer battered turkey.
You
Well,
can beer
I'll
batter
try it
anything.
and let you
I
know.
mean, yeah, you can beer batter anything.
Look,
make it taste good.
Homer taught us you can deep fry anything. So, like, yeah.
So I made a beer battered some shrimp one time and decided, you know what, I'm gonna try my venison cutlets in this, and it was really good. And now that's how we do it.
No, okay.
Well,
Also
we
because
do-
it's simpler, because you don't have to do like into the dry and into the wet and back in the dry and then in the fryer. You just like take the stuff, you run it through the batter, and you throw it in the fryer. It's one step.
So
We'll
I do
do-
the shake and bake method. I put it in a big plastic bag, and I don't like batter it up and then immediately into the fryer, because I like to get it to a particular temperature and then drop it. So, and it takes it. You can drop them all quickly if you have that. If you have them all ready, so I'll batter them all up, and then put them back in the dry batter bag, and then you can kind of rebatter them as they kind of get moist again.
Moist.
Moist.
Where's Bobbert? Bobbert, where are you? Show yourself
Do
in my
you?
comments.
Do you ever soak your turkey in buttermilk before?
I haven't
You-
done that before.
Okay. Anything we do like deep frying, we'll soak in buttermilk, whether it's steak fingers or hell, even just chicken tenders. We'll
Mhm.
soak in buttermilk and then we'll batter and fry. It's moist.
I might have to try that. I
Sounds
might
very
also have to
moist.
try brining before I do it.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to up my frying game.
Do you fry? Do you use the deep fryer for yours, or do you fry them in a pan?
I deep fry, but I don't use the like actual deep fryer. We save that for potatoes because this shit gets messy and you have all that stuff at the bottom. I'll reuse the oil, but I'll just put it in a stock pot, and I have a candy thermometer so I know what temperature it's at. and then
okay.
just use it in the stock pot.
Gotcha.
If you're wanting to do
thermometer.
bulk, the big turkey fryers work excellent for bulk deep frying.
So interesting on that. Those big damn it. Those big
They also work
crawfish
very
pots.
well.
Those big crawfish pots work perfectly for turkeys.
They do, and I have one for deep frying turkey for Thanksgiving. But again, clean oil.
Yeah.
Here's my hand. And using flour, dirty oil. Because when I have that oil, I can take a funnel and just put it back in the oil tub. And if you let it sit until it's cool, all that crap just sinks to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that
But-
makes sense. I've never thought about storing the oil and like filtering it and separating it. That's an interesting way I could go.
You're just dumping out $60 worth of peanut oil.
yeah,
I don't-
every single time.
I don't.
Fuck.
No, dude. One, I don't use peanut oil. I use canola oil. And
Peanut
two,
oil is better.
Yep.
Peanut
it is.
oil is better.
Peanut oil.
Peanut
is king.
oil-
See, this is what I'm talking about. Which butter is
peanut
best?
oil is better for frying meat. Canola oil is better for frying potatoes. That is my opinion.
We're talking about
And
turkey,
your
bro.
opinion's wrong. It's fine.
So yeah, you're probably right. Peanut oil would be the best for the bird in any case. No, canola oil's in the deep fryer, and we just use the same oil. Like we put it in the cupboard and it's no different than storing the oil in a cupboard or in a container.
I don't know the longest I have reused oil, but it has been a long time, like well over a year.
It's
I think
been to
it's-
the point where wifey was like, "Hey, you need to replace the oil in the fryer," and I was like, "All right, neat, heard."
I think the more you use oil, like the darker the tinge turns,
Mhm,
and the more
Yep.
seasoned your oil gets.
mhm.
Yes.
And
And
then
if you season it with
you
fish, it
press
tastes
that
like fish.
line, and it's like, oh, this tastes burnt.
The oil
Mhm.
has turned.
So I emptied my potato fryer oil the other day, and I literally filled up a black jug, and I'm like, that was probably a little bit too gone.
Mm. Speaking of black oil, nobody
yes, I know your
prepared.
Prado leaks it.
No, it doesn't actually. Ding dong. Nobody prepared me for the mess, the absolute god awful, disgusting mess that changing the oil in a diesel is. Because of the consistency of the oil, when it gets into something, it just soaks in and stays.
It's called
Yeah,
How many
staining.
gallons
Just-
of oil does your Prado take?
Oh
Oh wait, I'm sorry, quarts.
Yeah, I know, 7 quarts, but still,
That's cute.
Adorable.
You're deflecting from the original topic, which was that changing the oil in a diesel is disgusting.
I think changing the oil in any vehicle is disgusting.
It's tolerable in gas cars, I think, because the
Uh,
oil comes off of your hands. It doesn't soak into them and make your hands just look like you rolled around in the La Brea tar pits.
Sounds like somebody needs to buy some Dawn dish soap.
And Vagisil. This fucking guy. Yes.
Mike's
diesel
over here
oil
like
is
I put
like
canola
ink.
oil in my Prado.
I was watching this one of these car shows on Netflix where they take a crap car and they like build it up and then they sell it and then they take the money from that and they get a better car and they build that up and sell it. And they did a Hummer with a
What kind of car? did they get?
biodiesel.
Got him.
They did a Humvee with a biodiesel conversion. So they had a biodiesel tank and a normal diesel tank, which apparently a lot of them do. I didn't realize that, but It was really cool because they put it in there and they literally took oil out of a Chinese food fryer and went, in it goes, turned the thing on, and it was just running butter smooth. Like, I was so impressed to the point that I want to do it, but I don't have the drive to do that kind of work. That's a lot of, plus if it leaks, it smells like French fries forever.
A guy I work with, slight tangent here, relevant but slight tangent, would
Dusky says vaginola.
I
I liked canola sill better.
Canola sill.
I missed that one. Oh, there it is.
He used to haul the oil from fast food places in a fucking semi in downtown wherever, Springs, Denver, wherever, 70 feet long, backing up into these little like hole in the wall Chinese restaurants that have this little fucking grease trap outside and have to pump it off and then take back off and then take it to the biodiesel plant.
Isn't that a Simpsons episode?
Yes.
Could be. I don't know.
Simpsons did. The Simpsons are in the 38th or whatever season. The Simpsons have done it.
I got 83 cents in grease. All that bacon cost $34.
Got to spend money to make money, Marge. And then he puts all the grease in his car. Oh my. Dude, I absolutely would be all over this if it was a Japanese restaurant watcher.
Weeb oil.
I would.
Writing that down.
So anyway, turkeys.
Weeb oil.
So
Weebacil.
So don't fry your turkey in diesel oil. Got it.
Or canola oil.
Or canola oil.
I like canola oil because it goes in the cast iron well. But the and also for the potatoes as well. But
Be a man.
Considering-
You butter.
well, what I was considering when you said peanut oil is better, I was like, oh wait, peanut oil is better considering where I work, and that's what it's fried in. Dude, somebody came in the other day, or I heard them. I'm allergic to like peanuts and all sorts of stuff. What can I get here? And I was like,
Get out.
out.
Pickles.
Can I have a milkshake? I don't think so.
Pretty sure the milkshakes touched the peanuts.
Whoa. Whoa. Kate.
No,
Touch the
no.
peanuts. Show
That's a
title.
bit far. Milkshake.
You must
peanut.
caress the peanuts.
Mike, now that we have you on board with peanut oil, every Thanksgiving it goes on sale. So stock the fuck up.
All right. Like before
expensive.
Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving? Like Easter candy after
Before.
after Easter?
It's
Yeah,
hard
they
to find
jack
it
those
after.
prices up right after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It's like, oh, everybody uses ham for Christmas. So yeah,
All right.
before.
Good to know. How
Last
many
time our dad came up to Craig for Thanksgiving last year, he's like, "What can I bring?" I'm like, "Peanut oil,"
Mm-hmm.
and he did. And I'm like, "Excellent."
nice.
I use it once, and then
Nice.
it's mine.
Exactly. Right.
How much did he bring?
5 gallons.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking money bags over here. It's rolling in the peanut oil.
I mean,
Can you separate peanut? Can you like refine peanut oil into like peanut gasoline?
See, I was gonna make this joke, but then you decided to make it for me.
So instead of making the joke, you're going to make fun of me for making the joke?
are you gonna put the gasoline in your Prado? Please.
No.
Mike's over there pouring peanut oil into his tank on his Prado, just like what?
I heard this will
Mhm.
work.
Why does it smell like Thai food?
Why is my Prado not going anywhere? Oh, wait, it's
Japanese.
a Prado.
You
didn't
pop the
realize it
hood.
was
There's
pick
just a
on Prado
deep
night.
fryer in there.
Dude, I would absolutely put a deep fryer in there if I could do it safely.
It'd probably go faster.
I'm gonna make a sticker that says "Pick on Prado Day."
You know what? When we do another run of our own stickers and we need to get patches eventually, we can do those. We can get some Pick on Prado Day stickers.
So you just need to make a bumper sticker that says Prado Pride with a rainbow and put it on his Prado.
I'm absolutely not doing that.
I'm not saying
We're-
you do it. I'm saying Dave does it to your Prado.
We're gonna order 1,200 and send them straight to Sam. And every time
Mhm.
Mike pulls one off, Sam just gonna drive by and slap one on there.
And
Oh,
Sam
Jeff.
frequents my store, so that's not difficult for him to do.
Did you see the pictures of what Sam did to the Prado?
No.
This has been a little while ago. Mike has this decal on his back window says, "I am not fast," because he indeed isn't. Mentally,
Look, I
miles
put the
per
sticker
hour
on
only.
the I put the sticker on the Prado and it exists. Let's just move on. It means what it means.
so Sam takes electrical tape and tapes off certain spots and says, "I am fat." I thought it was rather clever.
A bunch of dingholes. Fuck y'all.
You deserve it.
Why?
I'm gonna change.
You
this
invited
banner
me
back.
on here tonight.
More of these two.
All right, Dave. What do you got going on here?
Oh, I have stuff. So, up in your neck of the woods, you had a wicked winter kill here
Mhm.
a couple of 3 years ago.
Yep.
How has the herd come back, or have they?
It's amazing with our elk herd when you stop killing cows, that herd freaking bounces back.
Well, that's awesome.
Good
Like-
to hear.
That's great. I got chills. That's great to hear.
Like we're already, I'm pretty sure we're back to our objective range, the lower end of our objective range, but objective range.
Awesome.
Like we're having conversations about having to start, well, increasing cow tags, but they were so low to begin with. It was nuts. So we're increasing cow tags and our herd is doing really well.
That's fantastic. And for those that don't know, there was a winter kill. What was it? Winter 22-23?
Yep.
Okay. It was an insane amount of snow that fell up in the northwestern part of Colorado, and it smoked 80% of the calves,
I think it was about
Probably.
90% of the calves,
90% of the calves.
40% of the elk herd entirely.
Yeah.
And
was-
yeah.
It was insane. I have family up there, and they're like, "This is the first time we have ever had to buy beef." It was nuts,
Yeah.
but that is fantastic that they're coming back.
Yep.
Do you put any in for any tags this year?
I did put in for some tags. Put in for a deer tag. I think I'll probably get that one. I'm putting in for an antelope tag that takes about 13 preference points, and I have 15, so
God
Dang.
Almighty!
I should get that one. I'm pretty sure.
Is that local or is that further south?
It's further east.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
13. I have 4 antelope points, and never in my life did I think that I have 4 antelope points.
Never did
I
I
have
think I'd have
fucking
15. I just forgot about them. Put in for them every year. And I'm like, oh, hell, I can draw this unit. That's a good unit. Talk to the my counterparts over there and like, yeah, it'd be a good year to draw. I'm like, done.
Okay. It's too bad they can't just like give you your point change back.
Yeah.
They tried that one year.
Oh God, I can only imagine the clusterfuck that was.
I'm sure it was. It was well before my time with CPW, but yeah.
We were actually looking on the topic of preference points. We were looking at one of the units that Mike was looking at, and to draw a cow tag was like a point or two, and
Mhm.
some dude drew it with 31. And I'm like, oh man, I'd be taking that tag back or right now.
Somebody fat fingered something.
I think they did.
You see that
It was
all
an
the time.
F instead of M.
Yep.
But you had any unusual encounters? Animals, people, whatever would have
People
you.
with animals.
Animals and people.
Oh. Had an encounter with a guy a couple weeks ago. I was on light duty. I was just out counting grouse. So light duty means I'm not carrying a gun.
Mhm.
I'm not in any law enforcement capacity. And this guy comes down. I don't know how in the hell he got to the top of this mountain, because he asked me if the road that I came up was clear of snow. And I'm like, where in the hell did you come from? And he told me, and I'm like, yeah, that's a road that's closed to motor vehicles, dude. That's like the only law enforcement I did on that contact, because I'm trying to play it safe here.
Yeah, God damn it. I'm a technician today. Leave me alone.
Right. This is April, and he had 4 hounds with him. He was trying to get to Utah. And he asked me if I was his neighbor. I'm like, no. And then something started clicking in my head, and I got information about this guy several years ago that just moved to Craig, and he is a federal felon.
Oh.
He is suspended by us for life.
Oh.
He tried to run over one of our officers when they tried to arrest him.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there. I learned all of this after I had the conversation with him, like just trying to get him gone. And I'm like, oh boy, that wasn't fun.
Jesus.
That's quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah. That
Do
was
not
the most.
recommend.
That was the most recent one. That happened a couple weeks ago.
Of all the days to not have a gun.
Right. I'm just out counting fucking birds, dude.
I just want to watch the birds. Look at the birds. See the pretty birds?
Pretty much. Can't really. Oh, I wrote a guy a ticket back in December, I believe. Went down to our Meeker office, and I was just sitting there doing paperwork, and one of our admins comes up and says, this guy, I'm not sure when he bought his fur bearer permit, but I'm not sure it's right. So I looked him up, and he bought it the same day he killed his bobcat, that he's getting sealed that day.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I looked at it, and I just go out to him because he's still there. And I just go out and I'm like, so when did you kill your bobcat? He's like, oh, yesterday morning. Oh, okay. When did you buy your fur bearer permit? Oh, it was sometime yesterday. I'm like, you buy it in the afternoon? I'm like, yeah.
Not like you guys timestamp or anything.
Right. And then he's like, well, I actually am not the one who shot it. My buddy's the one who shot it. And I just wanted to get it mounted. So I'm the one that's bringing it in for, to get it sealed. I'm like, no, the hunter has to bring it in to get it sealed. So if I go and call your buddy, is he going to say he shot it? Oh yeah. What's your buddy's number? And he gave me his number, and I went and called his buddy, and his buddy's like, no, he shot it.
Oh, fuck that dude. So
So
you
it was
have
kind of back and forth for a little bit, and then I'm like, dude, you shot this bobcat. And he's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay.
big stupid.
Why even play the game?
You have to get a bobcat sealed regardless, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what I didn't think it was just a taxidermy thing.
No.
Cool.
Like you shoot the bobcat, you've got to get it sealed
Mhm.
Yep.
Same with
immediately.
lions.
Yep. Lions, bears, bobcats, they all have to
Yeah.
be sealed.
Good
Bears
to know.
have to be sealed.
Bears, yep.
I did not know that.
Indeed.
I don't.
Do you know how many Boone and Crockett measurements are taken on a bear, Mike?
I do. I don't even know really what the Boone and Crockett measurement is. Some hunter I am, right?
This deer is not Boone and Crockett.
It's a big fucking deer. Is that a Pope and Young deer?
No,
Oh,
not that I think it, anyway. It was like right at 150.
nice. I think my elk that I killed down here was 207.
Is that the one from a couple years ago?
Yeah, that. Which, I mean, an elk in damn near Kansas, a mile from my house.
That's a trophy in itself. It wouldn't matter if it was a
too
spike.
Fucking shabby. I did shoot the bigger one because the other one was a spike.
Which down there would have been legal.
Mm-hmm.
But the bigger one's more meat.
If an elk has a heartbeat down here, it's legal.
Mike, the answer to your question is, or to Dave's question is 2.
2 measurements, length, width. It's really
right.
simple. I thought there'd be a lot more with it.
No,
Like circumference of the skull, length, width,
length
like,
of the canine.
weight of the bear. Yeah, the whole no. There's
Exact distance
two
from the tip
fucking
of the antler to the tail.
Yeah.
Bears don't have antlers.
Yeah, that's why it's a weird measurement.
Sure.
So this show will be called
Boone and Crockett's Wee Boil.
Canola Sill. Bears don't have antlers.
And Sam's not here to tell us no.
He's probably going to pop on like right now and be like, no.
And then he's gonna start hacking up along, and we're gonna be
No,
like,
it'd be
yeah,
like,
go die in peace.
Oh,
Leave us
no,
alone.
don't do that.
One more question, Jeff, and this is a ways out. I understand it's brand new information that's coming out, but the point system is changing,
Mm-hmm.
and that goes in effect 2028. Correct.
That's correct.
So it's no more weighted points, right?
I watch every single commission meeting. I'm still confused.
Yeah. I don't.
They'll
I think for sheep, moose, and goat, weighted points are essentially going away. I can't remember in what fashion, but it's still going to be something like the weighted system.
Yeah.
And then elk, deer, antelope, and turkey are going to go to something way out there. So
Are you
again, I don't
excited?
completely understand it.
Are you excited to teach a bunch of gun safety classes?
I'm not getting into that one.
we still have a court fight that we're probably not getting injunctions on.
District wildlife manager turned noob gun instructor.
God.
I swear you guys can't bring him on without asking him a question about something he can't talk about.
I'm not sure if I can't talk about it since it passed and was signed, but I just don't want to. I'm not going down that road.
That's fair.
Down that
Yeah.
road? You don't want to go down that road.
Sam's over there like, tobacco is a lot of fun.
9 out of 10 doctors smoke camels.
Do you still have that same pack of American Spirits?
Oh hell no! I never finish one before it gets washed in the freaking Washing machine or crushed?
Oh, damn it! Those are like what, $12 a pack now?
Yeah, it's been a while since I bought one.
They're stupid expensive.
It's called recreational use.
Back when I smoked, I quit in like what 2012 or so. Yeah, something like that. No, 2011. Anyway, back when I quit, smokes were like $4.50 a pack, something like that. I happened to glance at the prices the other day, and I was like, $12. What the hell? Like $12 a day. No wonder smoking is like the cigarette sections in all the stores are shrinking. We went by the Walmart the other day, and I wanted wifey to buy me a Monster for
The Walmart?
Yeah, I said that. And
Can you please buy me a Monster?
so we're like, where the hell are all the Monsters? And we go by the like lane 18, which is usually the tobacco counter, and all the Monsters were locked up behind the counter in the tobacco counter. They got rid of their damn tobacco and locked up all the Monsters. I was like, I bet these are highly stolen items, so I get it. But dude,
Slippery slope, man.
Our guns in my Walmart are barely locked up.
They
There's some
came for the
fat guy behind the
cigarettes.
counter saying, "Honor system, please."
right?
They came for the cigarettes, and I said
And
nothing
Mike,
because I was not
I
a
just
cigarette.
have to say, I don't think you live in a place where you can say the Walmart.
But I did.
If there's
Dave
multiple choices.
lives in a place where you can say the Walmart.
No, he has to go to a different town to go to the
The-
Walmart.
Well,
I have to go
right,
to a different
exactly.
county.
Yeah, he
It's
has to go
the
to
Walmart.
the Walmart. It's out of county. I can say I have to go to the Walmart.
I
You
can
have
say
many
I can say I have to
Walmarts.
go to the Walmart because I have to go out of the house. So I have to
But
go
you
to
have many
Walmart.
Walmarts to pick from. That's a small town thing. You don't get to say that. No.
Oh, fucking gatekeeping over here from the professional gatekeeper.
Yeah, all right.
BFE gatekeeping.
I won't call it the Walmart as soon as I get some Sitka. How about that?
You get some Sitka, you can,
They don't
introduce me
pay.
to
They
your
don't pay
boyfriend.
Sitka prices at the chicken store. This is never going to happen.
He got promoted. You
Oh,
remember
so
that?
he went
Still
from
not chicken
went
prices.
from real
Still
tree.
not Sitka prices.
Real tree. Now he can buy that fucking great mossy oak shit, man. Oh yeah.
No,
At
I
the
was
clearance
wearing
aisle
fake
in
tree.
the
Now I can buy
Walmart.
real tree.
It's the Walmart Kings camo. Kings. Kings is good shit.
So does I'm on Gideon's website. I wanted to do the send him some scopes thing, and I can't figure out how to do that.
Well, you can figure it out later.
I just wanted to point out that that's still a thing. I think
Well, I can say something real quick.
Mhm.
something.
So I know that you guys like Gideon, and Gideon, I'm sorry, I'm sure your stuff is great. I just got an EOTech for my work AR.
That's cool.
Wait.
kind?
Did you get it? Or did I
Did
get
or-
it? Did my
or-
tax dollars pay for it?
Yeah, did
Yeah,
we get it for you, comrade?
I can definitely say that your tax dollars did not pay for it.
Yeah, but I pay her salary, so they did. Our EOTech comrade.
You have paid enough for me to get halfway into my district. So, but no, your tax dollars did not pay for it.
Fine. Yeah, EOTechs are cool. I like EOTechs. There's nothing wrong with high-end
Yeah.
optics whatsoever.
No.
And
What kind
I
is
got
it?
the I don't know, it's green, and I have the flip over
The
Magnifier.
caps.
magnifier
Does it
Oh.
run on 123s or double A's?
123s.
Okay.
Is XPS something probably?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's literally
I mean,
It
in
lights
this
up.
box.
yeah. EOTech did a thing where like they built an optic that works and they just kept building that one optic and didn't change it because they didn't need to. And they've been doing that for like 15 years. And EOTechs are fucking great.
Mhm.
I have a couple of them. The first optic I bought for my SIG 556 was a EOTech Zombie Stopper, which I still have on my M400. I love that optic.
You're such a fucking boomer.
Dude, how does that make me a boomer? That made
It's
me
the
a
zombie stopper.
Mike, do you
Hey,
own
you
an
over there,
AR?
shut up with your 45 ACP.
yeah.
Oh, my USP 45.
Mm-mm.
I was doing some redneck
Mm-mm.
testing with that yesterday with some water jugs.
I'd ready to blow them jug up. Gonna hurt Bear big time.
I stepped up next to you and shot it with a
If it-
shotgun and be like, "That's power." And
If it
walked
can
away.
kill a bear, if it can kill a jug, it can kill a bear.
Dave, what do
Anyway,
you
that's
think,
that's
Jason?
about as tactical as I get in your gun conversation. So I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, that's cool, man. I love that. That's going to be a really, really good addition to your work, AR. So that's cool. And
Considering
the
I have
magnifiers
the
are.
I have the Vortex Spark 2 on there right now.
Gross.
Whoa.
That's bad.
That's
Yeah.
real bad.
You
I mean,
made a good choice.
I mean, it's hard to say too bad about it because it sits in my rack in my truck and rattles around on my bumpy roads, and it still shoots straight. So
Still, yeah, if it holds a 0, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but we're gear queers around
Yeah,
here.
but
That's unacceptable.
It's
know.
really, really gay.
Yeah, that's the problem with it. That is exactly the problem with it. Like it works, but it's just so gay.
all right, everybody, back in the pile.
It's working. They're disappearing. Wait a minute. This is gay. This is really gay. This is gayer than the pile of dudes having sex with each other.
Okay. On that note,
I could say something, but I'm not gonna.
No,
Vince?
just say it. I've been down this road today already. Just say
Oh,
it.
Down this
gayer
road?
than cum on a mustache.
Oh my god.
Gross.
That's pretty gross.
Do we
Well-
want to push the dual purpose cartridges to next week?
Oh yeah, that's
because
next
I
week.
can't. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
that'll
be
work.
talking that long. That'll be next week.
Cool.
Any last question or last minute turkey questions? Just thought I'd throw that out there. So that's why you brought me on here.
We did a really, really good job of staying on track, so much to the point that I was like, we already asked all our questions. Now
Can
what?
we legalize vehicular homicide as a legal method of take for turkeys? Because if we do, I'll have a lot of turkeys. Those bastards are in the road every morning, and it pisses me off.
Can we legalize net launchers so, like, when they're crossing the road, we could just be like, scoop. They took Martha. Well,
I mean, I think y'all can legally recover game from the side of the road in Colorado. So
Yeah, but he's gonna frown on it if I run him over on purpose.
it's never on
chances are,
purpose.
if you
so
hit
that's
a turkey, it's sometimes is with the windshield, and then it ends up in the back seat. Don't even have to stop. Just
It's
I heard
fast
none of
food.
that. I had a daughter come into my room, so
yeah, I don't know.
Ah,
I'm-
excellent.
Everything was
Yes.
legal. Don't worry about it.
Completely
Perfect.
ideal that you heard none of that conversation and we're not part of it at
it is
all.
not stealing if they jump in with me.
Look, now it's a pet. And it's mine.
Oh boy.
oh
And its
All
name is
right.
Helen.
well. On that note,
Yep. Thank you.
I think I need to go.
Yep. Good idea.
Come on, Mike.
What? Oh, yeah, that thing. My bad.
Jesus Christ!
I didn't know we were waiting for me. My bad.
Thank your brother first. Don't just
Yep.
run out of
Hey,
here.
fuckface, calm down.
No. You calm down, numbnuts.
Jeff, thanks for coming and talking turkey with us again. We absolutely enjoyed it. I can't wait to go out and try this stuff out. Yeah, definitely retard squad. I know.
Minus me.
No,
Am I
you're
a-
part of us. Unfortunately, you're retard by blood.
Yeah, but you're his. That doesn't mean he is one. It just means he has the misfortune of knowing you and being related to you. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Me
Was it a
too.
rough childhood?
It was.
It was so rough that he would go and we lived at the base of the foothills, and he would be like, all right, I'm out of here. And he would go hike up the base of the foothills at like 7 years old. And my mom's only stipulation was that he wear blaze orange and stay within sight of the house, because if he could see the house, she could see him.
And even at that age, he knew your brack was totally fucked, so you couldn't follow him.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he was like, I'm out here. I'm out.
Gonna leave
Bye.
that curly-headed fuck at home.
I didn't have hair I've never had hair this long. He didn't know my hair was curly. Nobody did.
You ain't
Please
gonna have it for long by the time we're done. All right.
Well, Jeff, thanks again, brother. We will very much look forward to the next time you join us.
Absolutely. Sounds
That'll
good.
be the Phantom Fish Squeezer. If we're going in order of release.
I don't know what
Oh,
feverish
boy.
delusions he's on about, so support the sport and take a buddy hunting. If you like that, buddy, tell them about our show. And you know what? Tell them about the CPW outreach programs as well. If you don't, give that buddy all of your old Pokemon cards and tell them how much they mean to you. Hit us up at lghpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and let's go hunt.
Getting
That's
opposite
Canola
code
Sill.
is most.
Moist.
Canola
I
Sill.
like Fighting Purr.
Fighting Purr's pretty good.
Fighting Purr, we boil.
Remember, kids, smoking's bad for you. All right. Ending the